Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the 10-Minute Marvel Podcast. Today, we're delving into the bowels of Reddit for Doomsday theories to discuss and see what we think of them, plus our normal news and rumors. I'm your host, Petter, and from the bottom of the barrel, my co-host.
I got my snorkel on and my fins ready. Let's get down there. I'm ready to dig into some Reddit. It's Greg, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm trying to find what I'm supposed to say next, and yeah, found it.
Still hasn't found what he's looking for.
I do want to break into song right now, but I will spare everybody.
Thank you.
Yes, because it's Steve and Flo. Sorry. If you're looking for ways to support us, you can find us on our YouTube channel. Search 10 Minute Marvel. Find us and like us and thumb smash us. And that subscribe button too. Find and follow us on Facebook and that other thing with an X. Hashtag 10 Min Marvel. And of course, you can leave a rating and review wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcast from. Petter.
Yes.
What are we gonna do? I feel like it's gonna be. See, now last time I said it and I was
Turned
wrong. I was
hmm
right.
Yes, you were
Okay.
right.
I'm gonna say we got rumors this week first.
And I had planned to do news first.
Son of a. Okay. Well, the bit continues. Here we go.
So we are going to be one piece of news here and a few rumors. And the reason I just put the rumors towards the end is because they're
Spite.
doomsday rumors. They're going to lead kind of into our topic.
Oh,
Um, but Spider-Man Noir came out with its first trailer. Episodes coming out end of May. So, Greg, what did you think of the trailer?
it is. It has got Nicolas Cage all over it. It
Hmm.
is like so his thing. Um, I, I'm thrown off by the no powers thing with no
Hmm.
powers.
But they
But he
show him
does.
flipping.
So I'm kind of wondering if like they're saying that because he maybe obviously does not have powers, and then he goes through, he gets tested on, he gets somehow injected with these powers, and
Hmm.
then that's when he starts to do something. So like I mean, somehow maybe he's in a state prior to getting his powers of just wanting to do something, but he can't, or he's just kind of a nothing kind of person, or like a washed up. I don't know.
I
I
think
just I'm
he's
hung up on that, and I can't quite figure out why they've said it and then show him with powers, right? With the
yeah.
thwips.
I think that he's like a sleazy um PI without powers. And he probably does some vigilantism, like when he talks about beating up the guys at the bar and then
Yeah.
getting drunk. I think that that's kind of the edge for him. And he probably doesn't even have powers then. He just dresses up so he can beat up the folks who he can't get dirt on to necessarily turn them in.
Do you think maybe he signs up for something? Like he's when he hears about this
Mhm.
experiment, he kind of goes in because it sounds like that woman is also trying to kind of get feedback from him, like, hey, you've had this stuff that we've given you now. What is the reactions that you're having? And he's kind of going through a list of like ticks and talking about I don't know,
Yeah.
thoughts, diarrhea, whatever the symptoms are you get with the
Yeah.
spider bite. Um,
I wasn't, I thought that that was more referring to his mental state, but like when
for
she's
sure.
asking. So I think that, I think that that's more the character of Ben Riley and how Nicolas Cage is playing that of this character or this person who is kind of always riding that edge of taking it too far. Um, and maybe has those voices in his head
Yeah.
sort of thing. But
He's definitely
it could,
disturbed.
yeah, it could be the like an experimentation sort of thing. How do you feel after the effects of this? But that's not necessarily what I was getting from that.
Mm. That aside, um, I don't know. It is I'm interested. I feel like I'm going to
Mhm.
be invested in it. It's going to be kind of a little bit of a wild ride, it looks like. Cage is
Yes.
going to put in his performance. I hope it's not too on the nose for him, but
Mhm.
Um,
That was my big concern coming out of the trailer is like I know you had the issue with Sam Raimi, maybe Sam Raimiing it up too much
right.
in Multiverse of Madness. This Nicolas Cage looked like, I mean, he's doing what Nicolas Cage does,
Hmm.
but that's not how he's a good thing.
Right. Now his character in this Into the Spider-Verse, it is kind of that. I mean, he voices that too, right?
Mhm.
So, it I don't know.
It could work out. I
Yeah.
just I have those concerns about it of is this going to feel just too much like Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage and not bringing anything else to the performance?
Right. Now, some of the other visuals, like when did get to see some web swinging,
Hmm.
look pretty cool. I saw a couple of the villains. I don't know what their
Electro for sure.
is Electro one of
Uh,
them? And who's the fire
yeah,
one?
I forget who the fire one is.
Firestarter. Sorry. See? Yep,
Yeah,
coming back around. Um,
I think Sandman's supposed to be in the trailer too.
yeah, I think that's right. I mean it's got an aesthetic that I think is kind of cool,
Hmm.
and I I'm pretty optimistic about it. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I so I'm it's on Prime, right? It's
Yes,
so Prime did, I guess, Sony.
Sony in conjunction with Prime.
Okay. So, I don't know how I feel about. I mean, actually, it's like Prime has got. I mean, they've had Invincible. They've got The Boys. They've got.
Mhm. I mean, I personally enjoyed Wheel of Time.
Yep, got Wheel of Time. That was good. I mean, I
Mhm.
didn't finish, I don't think, but I kind of got sucked in. You'd read the books and whatnot. I had
Yeah,
not, but I still thought it was entertaining. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be all right. I think we're gonna.
I think it's going to be fun.
Is it just gonna
Um,
be a thing?
I think it's just going to be a thing.
Hmm.
And really, where would we expect it to go from here other than maybe another season of
Yeah.
it? Because
Well,
I don't think
detective
this,
work can do a lot. You can do a lot with that, right? I feel
yeah,
like you can really I don't know. I've seen there's shows out there that do interesting things with detective plots and characters. So
oh yeah, there's
True
a lot.
Detective or even Fargo's kind of have a little bit of that. Or
There's a lot that can be done with it, but I don't expect it to build into anything beyond this show.
right. I think that it can have some real twists and turns if it wants to with that
Yeah.
detective theme. So
Yes, it can. And they came out with a new synopsis for it. In Spider-Man Noir, Nicolas Cage stars as a not-so-friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, chasing down wrongdoers in nightclubs, skyscrapers, and alleyways in 1933 New York. But there's two paths you can go by to swing along with him, aka you can watch it in black and white or in color. Greg, which one are you going to watch?
black and white all the way.
No
And
real question.
maybe what I'll do is I'll do every other. I don't know. Like it, I kind of want to see.
Like I'll
It's kind
probably
of like,
check out like the first handful of minutes of the first episode in color
mhm.
after I have watched it in black and white, but it's so noir
Yeah,
that yeah,
yeah,
it just
definitely.
doesn't make sense to watch it in color.
I would like to see like how they do color it in, like what just kind of what it looks
What
like.
the
So,
what the true hue
hmm
color.
I'm guessing it's the same thing they did with. I just wanted to say Secret Invasion, but that's not what I want. It's holy Bloodstone. Help me for God's sakes.
Werewolf by Night.
Thank you.
Um, I'm not sure. Like, at the end of that, with Elsa Bloodstone, I think that this True Hue is going to be like more saturated and kind of, I don't know, like a little bit of the throwback to
Yeah. like
colorized noir stuff.
like Technicolor kind of stuff. Or
Kinda,
they like
yeah.
colored it in almost
Yeah, not that
like Wizard of
necessarily.
Oz style. I
Yeah.
think literally they colored
Mhm.
the film, I believe, in that. Um, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't. Mhm.
it'll be great. I think
Mhm.
it'll be a fun thing to watch. Might just be a thing. Maybe they'll get a couple seasons out of it. I would
Mhm.
think that'd be kind of cool. Um, But yeah, we'll see if it's a little too cagey for our
Hmm.
likings.
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind it when Nick Cage goes full Nick Cage. Like, Drive Angry is a horrible but wonderful film by
What's
him.
his? What was the? He did it. Was it David Lynch? What was it? Hearts? I can't remember. Wild at Heart or something like that. Or man, I'm gonna be. It's gonna be a long night. Uh, oh God, it was
Wild
very.
at Heart.
Oh, I was right. Okay.
Yep.
Or even like Leaving Las Vegas. He just sat. That kind of cagey. It gets.
But that's old Cage. Like,
Are you thinking like Face Off kind of cage where it's like
no, like, I'm more thinking like Wild at Heart and Leaving Las Vegas. That's when Cage wasn't full Cage.
okay, so what epitomizes cage for you?
I mean, Drive Angry is a film where he is just full Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
Like I said, not I enjoy it as a guilty pleasure, but yeah.
Yeah, but it also could pull you out of something when you're like,
Hmm.
oh man. And, like it's Raimi-fying,
Yes.
we already okay, we're
Yeah.
backtracking through the same thing we just
Mhm.
talked about. Okay. What else we got? Anything else on the Spider-Man
That was
noir?
it. Nope, that was it. And actually, that was it for news as well. Moving on to rumors here. All right, let me. Okay, Death going to be returning in Midnight Suns. James Macwell.
James Macwell.
Yeah,
That's the
we've
this is rumor, the scooper.
yeah, we've had a few from him recently.
Hmm. Okay. Um, do I like that? I mean, I definitely like seeing some Aubrey Plaza come back.
Mhm.
Not opposed to that. Does it fit?
Yes.
I do kind of, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing some her and Blade kind of talk it out a little bit.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think it could work for me.
Hmm.
I think it'd be okay. I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess it is a nice landing zone for her in a sense,
Yes.
but from where she came from, the bridge to that, I don't know. I don't
I
know
mean,
how.
you almost need like a Jennifer Kale to be part of the Midnight Suns group or something like that because they just tied her so much into the witchy side of things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, if they're gonna do demons or undead vampires, sure. Like, she might have some stake in, all puns intended, in
Oh,
them uh going
terrible.
after some vampires.
Yeah.
Like, somebody who should be dead but isn't.
I think, I mean, a Jennifer Kale, I could see showing up. That's even more weird, I think, for me. But I don't know. I would. It seems like the best possible
Mhm.
spot for her to come in. And I mean, honestly, like the stuff that happened in Agatha with Aubrey or with the character of Death is it's so like compartmentalized as
Mhm.
far as like a relationship kind of thing more than anything. And
Yeah.
so this actually we get to see we're like seeing her out of her personal life and more in her day job, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so I could see it kind of working with because of that, because it's two separate things.
I think that nails it. Like, we get to see her expand and get to understand what she does as Death in terms of the grander scheme of things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I don't know. That's an interesting rumor.
yeah, also from James Macwell, we have Secret Wars is going to introduce a different variant of Reed Richards.
Mhm.
I'm like, please give me the maker.
I was gonna say you want the maker so bad. I
I
can
really
taste
do.
it. I think the maker is I would love to see that. I just think that oh, I mean I don't know where else you put him in. So
Yeah.
it's just to
And
throw him in is such a big oh God, I don't know. There's so much that you want stuffed in this movie. You just worry about it.
well, this is where potentially being two movies
And also
helps.
I'm like protecting those that are not so familiar with the comics
Right.
and I mean, man, if we didn't have to do that and they could just kind of throw these in without having to worry about
Yeah.
an audience, it didn't that would be interesting. What kind of that's like a different universe kind of thing, obviously,
But
but
do you have to worry about the audience with the maker? And the reason I'm going to ask that is simply this is just for the audience's perspective. This is just an evil Reed Richards, and
Yeah,
who
depends on how he
just
comes out in the end.
right, who just refers to himself as the Maker or something like that. I don't think that it's heavy lifting for the audience at that point. If they keep it simple like that. Now, if they want to do the Maker, like, I'm not going to say justice, but if they want to really lean into the comic book Maker, now that's going to have to be one of kind of the focal points of we're introducing somebody new. This is the character we're doing it with, and we're putting our major investment into that.
Yeah, I don't think you can do the maker. You can't like short change the maker,
Right.
I feel like. So that's where it's hard to get him in and then
Mhm.
do him justice.
Right. So I think it's either it's a reference for the comic fans who know who the maker is. For the more casual audience, it's just a an evil Reed Richards, their understanding of it. I think that's the fairly likely route it could happen.
Yeah, because
As
you can't
yeah,
bring him back,
no,
right? So once he's
no,
in there, you can't like because we're kind of going to a more solidarity of a universe.
yeah,
So
singularity.
there's a better word for it. Um,
A
so
nice little ball of a universe.
yes, nice little ball of Franklin melded universe.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, Maker would be cool, but you got to do them right.
Yep. Um, so then a couple Doomsday ones before we get into the Doomsday theories from Reddit. First, oh, both of these are from My Time to Shine. Hello. First one being that Ant-Man is going to be a big fan of Shang-Chi. It fits.
I mean, yeah, I
They're,
don't
they're
know. Hey,
both in the
man,
Bay,
yeah,
and he probably doesn't even know everything Shang-Chi has done. He just knows about that one fight on the, was it a bus?
yeah,
Yeah.
and on scaffolding. If you
Mhm.
don't forget the scaffolding fight.
Was that in the Bay Area though?
I don't remember.
Don't
Probably
think it
not.
was.
I think you're right. I think that might have been actually in.
Hong Kong
Yeah,
or
I don't.
Singapore?
Maybe Singapore sounds. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to say something and just like.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't in the Bay Area,
Right.
basically. So this actually does bring up an interesting thing, Greg. I know that we've been going through and watching movies like New Mutants and Blade
Hmm.
thus far. We should pick some of these Marvel movies that we've maybe seen, I don't know, less than 10 times because they're not constantly on TV, and just watch them again and talk about them a few years now after the fact.
You know what that means, right?
We're starting from the beginning, chronological order of the
Nope.
universe.
I was thinking. I feel like that means we have to watch Secret Wars. I mean, Secret Invasion. Damn.
I mean, we'll eventually watch Secret Wars. Um,
The Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion. Yeah, eventually, at some point in time, we should just go back to it. And I am, uh, I don't expect it to get any better, but I am curious what it would be like kind of doing more of a binge on that
Hmm.
versus weekly. Does it
Yeah.
feel any better? Probably not,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that's a ways down the line.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we're going to start chronologically in universe, which means we get to kick it off with the Eternals.
Hmm. Okay. Not so bad.
Mhm. So
I'm
this
just,
might be fun to do like every couple months, pick one and get Ryan to join us
yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
So planning on the fly here, thinking on the fly. But the other rumor being that in Doomsday, Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be sent to the Sam Raimi Spider-Man universe, and they're going to be the ones who destroy it. Keep in mind, this is in Doomsday.
In Doomsday, they're going to travel to the same universe that,
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man universe.
yeah.
Do you
For
like? Do you hate?
I guess I have to understand why.
I'm
I mean, they were
assuming incursion.
right. And so I don't know. So I don't, Wolverine and Deadpool going up against Spider-Man.
Mhm. Doesn't seem super Fair. Like part of this was that it was going to lead into some tragic results, so maybe Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's demise.
Right.
The part that I don't get is this doesn't feel like it would tie into Doomsday. This feels like if we have a multi-part Secret Wars and the first part's all about trying to stop the destruction of the multiverse and save universes, that makes sense. And who knows, maybe that is the plot of Doomsday, but it feels like we're missing some connection to Doom in these events occurring.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, why go to Toby's? I mean, that's the one that's gonna why okay, where are Wolverine and Deadpool? What universe are they
X-Men
in right now?
universe.
They're in the X-Men universe. Okay. I yeah, maybe it's the final breaking point that is gonna just bring these two world like it's on the cusp of being like an incursion, you know?
Hmm.
And like this is the well, no, it's already an incursion, and they feel like they need to go and destroy. How are they going to go destroy a whole world? Is this an anchor being kind of thing? I think that was somebody's theory as well. It's like it's a. I think it was.
Probably.
I think Colton from Screen Crush, Colton Ogburn was talking about this, and he was like, "Well, it has to be. I mean, it doesn't have to be. It would be either like an anchor being kind of thing. Like they kill Toby, then that's killing the anchor being, which then would destroy that Earth." And but the thing about that is if it's an anchor being that gets killed, it doesn't instantly kill the Earth
Right.
that he's
It doesn't,
on.
but it rewinds it in some ways. It kind of just because that was the thing with Deadpool and Wolverine is basically from the point where Wolverine dies, it is just kind of unwriting that universe. So,
Hmm.
I mean, that's interesting. I mean, it is weird to, and I'm struggling with this idea of these anchor beings, just with also the idea of Loki, the god of stories, holding together the universe. How does, like, are these just branches off of main universes where an anchor being dies and it prunes it back to that main universe? I got so many questions, Greg.
Yeah, man, I don't get that. That's where so yeah, is it bigger than what Loki is doing, or is it within what Loki is holding on to?
I mean, my hope is that it's within what Loki is doing.
But even so, then so man, this is gonna be a it's gonna be way more questions than answers for this. It's gonna get
Mhm.
I don't know. Then Loki's not doing his job, right? If he's holding all these together and allowing these different universes, then are so incursions are happening with under Loki's watch.
Yes, ish. I say
So
yes.
in this threads that he's in the roots or whatever you talk want to call him that
He's
he's
trying he's trying to hold them apart as much as he can.
I thought he's trying to hold it kind of make it all just one. Not one, but it's like it's like internet, like Ethernet cable, right? You got all
Mhm.
these like these but there's like millions of wires in there.
Hmm. But like
So,
you can see it
man,
expanding. Like it like it's a tree. It's branching out.
okay.
And like you think about a tree in our reality, branches bump against each other, stuff like that. Things break. Um, so I think he's more preventing, I don't know. Like it is tricky. It's
Yeah,
tricky to logic out.
it feels like they are going against. I just can't get through the visual of Earths colliding happening inside of what Loki is doing. But I think each one of those like branches or threads, whatever, that is just a universe
Hmm.
in and of itself, right? So
Hmm.
it's well, if you were to zoom in on one of those branches, you would see a galaxy and two Earths or two different branches have Earths colliding and
Yeah, basically
right?
two branches are bumping up against each other, and unlike in a tree, only one can survive. But Loki is doing, yeah, it's tricky. Like, because I think Loki is doing his best to let everything live as it can.
Yeah. If anybody's out there that can explain this to us,
Hmm.
maybe somebody else gets it better than we do. I don't know, but I
Yeah.
thought I had it, and now I don't feel like I have it. So.
Hmm. So let's move into the main topic
Yes,
with
please.
these theories from Reddit.
The
Greg, you said you had a
bowels. I
of
want to
the
get to the
internet.
bowels of Reddit,
Yes,
as
the
you said.
bowels of Reddit. Yes. No, honestly, the discussion seemed to be quite nice on there. I think if you're in the MCU theories subreddit, you're there because you love the MCU and you're just excited to talk about wild theories that you put out there. So that's my plug for that. We will not be on there regularly because Greg and I are old and we don't really know how Reddit works.
It's true. I really don't. I, the bowels scare me. I don't want to go in.
Hmm.
I honestly barely understand Facebook. So,
Yeah. So, first one I have is from the Golden Mamba, where they bring up Tony's line, um, basically in Avengers Endgame, when you mess with time, it tends to mess back. And how this is going to be a foreshadowing for the fact that Steve Rogers didn't return to the timeline and or didn't return all the Infinity Stones perfectly and is causing these incursions. And it's like one of the root causes of the issue.
yeah, I've heard that quite a bit. It does make a lot of sense.
Hmm.
It'd be kind of crazy not to think that that is what is partially going on. Um, just seeing Steve, just I don't know what else it would be since he was the first trailer, right? I just don't know what else it would
Yeah.
be regarding him. And so to me, this seems like almost matter of fact at this point. I've heard it so much, it makes a lot of sense. Now, is it going to be the core of the story? I don't necessarily know that, but
No.
it feels like it's a pretty solid theory, I'd say. Because I mean, yeah, you and it's kind of interesting. I think it's an interesting one, even though part of me is like, I wish I didn't know it or they didn't say it because I don't want the movie ruined for me. But it's interesting that Steve, just the one moment that he wants and he selfishly takes is what brings down or causes, maybe spawns out this type of Doom character, right?
Hmm.
Maybe that action that Steve had brings out this specific Doom that is Victor Von Doom that is takes down the universe, right? Or
Hmm.
then kills everything or brings it to Battleworld.
Yeah. I I tend to think that we'll reference for sure the line with whether or not it's going to be a like, oh, it's Steve's fault,
Hmm.
or if it's just a general uh, yeah, the Ancient One knew that they had to take the time stone no matter what to have any chance of winning, but also knew that they had no ability to put it back perfectly, sort of thing. Uh, so I don't know that's necessarily going to be directly Steve's fault. In all fairness, I don't think that that falls in line with anything we've seen in the MCU. Steve tends to not be at fault for most everything.
True.
I think it'd be really interesting, like if this is what pushes Steve into maybe being the nomad character or that sort of character in Secret Wars, or even coming out of Secret Wars in the mainline MCU. That could be fun. I'm a little bit hesitant to say that that's going to be what happens precisely.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it, but yeah.
Yeah. Also, like, is this foreshadowing for now? Probably not, because I do think there's been a lot of changes to the expectation of how things were going to get played out.
Hmm.
I think, I think that line was specifically just for the generic time travel is wonky. This gives us freedom to play.
Right. Yeah. Okay. What else? What other one we got here?
Skylark's 25. Doom has been here since the age of Ultron.
Okay.
Do you want
I
their reasoning for it?
I do because I'm having so yeah, give me the reasoning.
So, in Loki season 2, End of Time, where he kind of revisits the Time Citadel, I believe it is, cloaked figures, that's Doom. Okay, that one's plausible. Or and there's been some theories about like the broken statue in the Citadel at the end of time being maybe that was a Doom, or there's some theories like, okay, do you see like Doom's castle or some Doom references in the Void?
Hmm.
Okay. Continuing now, when Wanda shows Thor the vision of the dining hall in Age of Ultron, that's actually in Doom's castle, and the hooded figure, who we really don't see who that is Doom.
That's kind of fun.
To continue with that, when Wanda shows Tony the vision where he sees the team dead to Thanos and he sees himself, that's actually Doom who he sees.
Hmm.
And then in Infinity War, where Strange sees all possibilities of the future and how there's only that one where they can win, he foresaw basically that Doom was the bigger threat than Thanos, and that Tony needed to die in order to be able to like thwart and like deal with this bigger ramification of Doom.
So like Strange saw beyond
Right.
Endgame and is seeing more Doom. Like,
Right. He saw Doom. There are probably there might have been dozens of other ways for them to defeat Thanos, but he knew in the long run to actually save the universe, there was only this one way.
interesting. I don't think that anybody ever thought that far out like that,
Hmm.
writer
Especially,
wise. But
yeah, especially in Age of Ultron.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the Loki thing, sure, that was season 2 of Loki. They were definitely in the mindset of we might be pivoting to Doom. And because, yes, that still has Jonathan Majors in it.
Hmm.
But I think even at that point in time, at least from some of the insiders like Jeff Schneider and others, that they were already thinking about it.
Yeah, it's a stretch,
Mhm.
but it's fun.
And with these theories, one of the things that I do enjoy about like a theory like that one, it isn't so much the idea of, oh man, they were planning this from the beginning. Were they planning this from the beginning? Hell no. To put it bluntly.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, this was never planned from the beginning. But that's the same thing. Like, that's true with Infinity War. They showed the Infinity Gauntlet in Thor 2.
I think it was the Dark World, was it
Yeah.
not? Yeah,
Yeah. And then Hela in Ragnarok has to be like fake
yeah,
to get rid of it, basically. To be like, yes,
yeah.
we know that this doesn't line up. And like that's perfect. That's how these things should get filled in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's I think to use kind of use what they have. I think that it's a cool way to like with Thor. I kind of like
Hmm.
the whole thing, the whole dream sequence with Thor is still a little bit like where were they going with it? But it leaves it a little bit open for interpretation that
Yeah.
they can play with it, right? And they can they
Retrofit it.
wanted to. Yeah, exactly. And that's fun. That's cool. And
Hmm.
that's I think that's fair game.
Hmm. Yeah. This one's a much smaller one. String 2924. I've got a whole bunch with just random digits at the end here. But their theory was that Scott is losing it in the X-Men teaser because Charles Xavier, Professor X, has died again. Now, some folks are like, there's plenty of room for like a Jean Grey to be dead in front of him as well. Do we? I think the interesting part is to talk about who has died for him to be losing like that.
It's either got to be yeah, Gene.
Hmm. I think
Um,
Xavier.
Xavier's legit. I guess all of the X-Men.
Yeah. Now,
Uh,
I think there are some where it depends on how they set it up. He probably cares a little bit less about in terms of just like a complete breakdown. But yeah, the rest of the X-Men, like
yeah,
if it's the school has been wiped out, absolutely.
right. I guess the last would be a kid, right?
Hmm.
There's which falls into the theory of again maybe Doom collecting kids, or there's a theme of kids kind of
Yep.
happening in some way, shape, or form. I yeah, I to me it's either the kid is Jean's gone, kid is missing, or when I say gone, I mean dead. Jean's dead,
Yes.
and then the other scenario would be Jean's dead, and then kid is dead.
Hmm.
So and then that's where he loses his
Yeah.
eyes, balls. I don't
That's where he decides to take off the visor and just start weeping
know.
uncontrollably in the direction of some
Just
sentinels.
just concussive tears.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's. I mean, I do think. I think that that's probably one of those scenes from the trailers where something was wiped out. Like, there's probably something else that we will see in the final footage. Another smaller one. They put the Hulk in Brand New Day. Oh, yes, it is. So that he can stay away from Doomsday. This is from spare-ad-2474.
Okay, I won't make you say the person game, but what was their rumor
The
theory?
rumor was that they put Hulk in Brand New Day just so that they could keep him out of the way for Doomsday.
Huh.
I
Why?
tend because a Hulk like Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel, I should say. The Hulk and Captain Marvel are just you have to find a reason to make them not be there or to nerf them in some way. And in this case, I mean, there are rumors, and we talked about it before, that this might be a situation where he becomes the Gray Hulk or something like that. If it's something like that, then sure, like write him out of this moment.
Is he really? I mean, is Doom not able to handle Hulk? I feel like he would in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know why you'd have to leave him out, or nerf him like that. I don't know. Uh, what
To
does
me, yeah,
being a
this
Gray
is
Hulk matter? I mean, it's all still within a universe, right? So
Gray Hulk is, I think, would matter just because potentially less controllable. And so, like, if he's just more of a crazy Hulk doing crazy Hulk things, then
maybe he goes to the battle world right away.
yeah, maybe he goes to the
Well, is
battle,
that?
not necessarily he goes to the battle world, but he's not controllable so that the heroes can't bring him in on their side.
I mean, I would think you'd want him. You would want to use him,
Uh,
right? Is
as
like,
Doom,
yeah, like,
yeah.
or if, well, I get
But would he
you'd
be
want to use
tricked
him to
by
defeat
Doom?
another Earth.
Right.
If there's a incursion happening, you could send him and just.
But if he's a regular Hulk who can still turn back into Bruce Banner, is he going to? Or is he going to then, like, does it make more sense to turn him into a gray Hulk where he's now just going to be this mindless beast and nobody can use him just so that it doesn't become something where it's a fight over Hulk?
I don't know, where does Hulk go? I don't know. Like that would just mean that Hulk
Hulk,
is.
yeah, Hulk smash, and then I mean, Hulk was one of the characters I said should potentially be rebooted,
Uh, I don't.
but
Uh,
yeah, even even if they just reboot him back to Green Hulk and it's still Mark Ruffalo after Secret Wars, taking him out and making him be the Gray Hulk in the main MCU timeline leading into Secret Wars, I think is fine
I
to
don't know where
just
that gets you though. I don't know what that how
it
that
doesn't
improves that situation. It
it
just
doesn't
makes
have to
him.
it doesn't have to get you anything. The big thing in my opinion is that it gets you is you don't have to deal with the fact that there's a smart Hulk.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if
It's
that's the goal, so that
yeah.
he can just be dumb Hulk smashing things,
Mhm.
fine. That's another problem, though. I guess it's a distraction. But so,
Mhm.
do they do something with that, or they just let him go do his own thing, and that is happening somewhere else while they're dealing with the incursion? Like, I don't.
That's
It,
happening somewhere else. I think that I think that he'll have been taken care of to some extent in Brand New Day.
what does that mean, though? Taken care of. I'm really putting you up against the wall here.
I
I'm
mean,
more like just I don't understand like what.
he's in the raft. He's something like that, where now a he's not a controllable threat so that he's going to be the one who beats up Doom, like we saw with Loki. But like he hasn't been killed off, he's not rampaging somewhere else.
How do you get a Gray Hulk into the raft?
Well, I have no idea.
Sorry, I keep on just spidering more questions at you, more spider webs of questions.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I would say I get where their head's at in the rumor of it all, like it,
Or this is a theory too.
or
Well,
theory. Okay.
I guess Gray Hulk is the rumor. It makes sense to me. Just to
Yes.
keep
I
it
just don't know how
simple.
you do it. I don't know like what you yeah, Hulk it's like a
How do
Hulk problem. Like
right?
it's
How do Hulk and Punisher, or not Hulk and Punisher, Spider-Man and Punisher deal with Hulk?
I don't know. It's easier just to keep him in the movie, I would say, and just
Mhm.
deal with the cost if that's what they're worried about. But
But I do think that this rumor probably is right to some extent. They're putting him in Brand New Day so that if they say like, oh, the events of Brand New Day are happening concurrently to the events of Doomsday, let's say, that explains where Hulk is. So maybe it's that in the events of Brand New Day, they don't actually take care of the Hulk problem, but it's just too late in terms of Doomsday, if
yeah,
that makes sense.
I would think that Doom would use him. I feel like Doom could control him, like his mind somehow with the magic that he. So I'm not disagreeing. Maybe I'm trying to solve the problem that is the Hulk, and I don't need to at this
Mhm.
point. So
The Hulk and Miss Marvel, or not Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel,
yeah,
are definitely problems.
it's a two-body problem. Oh, and
Mhm.
Gaia. We'll make it a three-body problem now, just like the
Yeah,
movie
well,
says.
no, a guy is easy to fix. You just never talk about her again. Ignore
Uh,
that. Be like, oh yeah,
the
this happened in universe in Earth 100010002001.
Perfect. The power of ignore, right? That's what I always tell
Yes,
my kids.
it's extremely powerful. People
Yes,
should do it more.
true.
Um, then I have one more short one
Okay.
before I have a long one. I know you have a couple
Yeah, they're
or
okay. I have
potentially to talk
one.
about as well. So I'm going to do this one, then we're going to get to yours, and then we're
Okay.
going to get to the mess that is this last one. I hope it's good because I only skimmed it. But this, the second to last one I have here is basically in Multiverse of Madness that there was a line delivered by Wong, something along the lines of the Scarlet Witch is prophesied to either destroy or rule the cosmos. And with that, that she'll either be the one to destroy Earth 616, or she will rule alongside of Doom in the battle world.
Hmm.
I I do think there could be a little bit of, I'm hesitant to say purely say truth to this, but I think that this is an interesting way to bring back the likes of Scarlet Witch
Okay, tell me,
because
say the rumor again.
that due to the line, the Scarlet Witch is prophesied to either destroy or rule the cosmos. She'll either destroy Earth 616 or she'll rule alongside Doom in Battleworld, maybe taking that place of a Sue Storm from the comics. I think it works as a way to bring back her character. And in particular, I think if she's ruling alongside Doom, that gives focus for some of the characters like Vision, Tommy, and Billy. Like that's one way to make what Doom has set up crumble, is if they can bring her back to
Isn't
being
that
Wanda.
isn't that kind of the Children's Crusade?
Hmm.
Hmm. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I mean, it does kind of work. But to be alongside Doom, is it like the Children's Crusade where he's trying to keep her kind of subdued in a sense so that she doesn't do what she did last time? But why is that a thing for Doom right now? other than
It,
maybe unless he's using her powers, like kind of siphoning her
yeah,
powers.
that be my thoughts is that he's using her powers, or maybe even using her as kind of a way, like an enforcer for Battle World. When something
Yeah,
rises up, she smooths it over.
right.
I could see that happening. I feel like my big issue with that happening is the consistent storylines for Wanda have been that somebody has manipulated her. So this is just repeating that storyline.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I think
Mhm.
it's
It's certainly a way to bring back the character that people love,
yeah.
but
I like her being used that way in a sense because it kind of does go along with that theme. It, but is she coming from? Where's she coming from? Like we all just know her as being crushed in Mount Wundagore. So what
I mean, this is where you have maybe
different?
a scene where Doom snatches her out. Like there's
Okay,
the red
true.
flash
Right.
out of there. It's like, okay, she teleports away with Doom doing that or something like that. I I think I've even pitched the idea before of like, okay, like she's so broken at this point in time that she doesn't really truly remember who she is, and Doom uses that
Yeah.
to basically rebuild her into his puppet. But
Does that mean that he's got time travel ability at this point? Is he
I'm assuming, well, time travel, don't know. The ability to see across multiverses and to interact across multiverses, it would imply yes, because he doesn't need time travel, but an ability to see across multiverses and be able to snatch her out, because he could do that in that moment.
I
It
don't know about
kind of have to
this.
be similar to how in the comics Reed builds that machine to look at the other universes to see how they dealt with whatever threat that was. Was it
Yeah. That's what
Thanos?
happens in Fringe. Oh,
Mhm.
I don't know if it was Thanos or not, but in Fringe they made a window, right? And they could see it to a different universe that way. Yeah, God, I don't know, man. That's a tough. I like parts of it. I just can't get the pieces to fit together without. I feel like it's stretching too far too thin. Maybe. I don't know.
It's,
Is it
I mean,
plausible?
it's plausible. It's a way to bring back Wanda as the
But is there a
Scarlet
better
Witch.
way to bring back Wanda?
Yes, in her own solo movie. That,
So sure of that answer.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. It was just
Mhm.
like you had it in your back pocket.
Mhm.
It was like, here it is.
Yeah. I mean, because we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
And so it's, yeah, I think that's the better way to do it. So, Greg, let's hear yours.
Yeah, I said really kind of one, and it's not that amazing, but it kind of made me think a little bit. I gotta find it again. I had it up a moment ago.
Greg. I
There it
mean,
is. Real top-notch podcasting. Okay, so this one is from Cosmic underscore Marvel. The MCU reset will reportedly involve the resurrection of certain heroes and villains. It will erase some minor events that have bothered fans and Kevin Feige, and the timeline will remain 75 to 80% the same with only minor changes.
yeah,
It'll erase some minor events. So it's like it's not like this is the soft reset, right? That people are
yeah.
talking about. And I'm just saying, what minor events are we trying to get out of? Not saying they're wrong. I think I'm more just like,
Hercules.
sure, okay. Thor, Love and
Um,
Thunder.
Secret Invasion. It's
Ooh.
a minor event.
I thought I thought we didn't talk about that anymore. I thought
We
that
don't
was
talk about Bruno. Wait,
um
different Marvel or
yeah.
different Disney project,
Um,
which I haven't seen, but I know that much.
I guess 75 to 80% the same.
Yep, that's been the number we've had from the rumors, from like scoopers and stuff like that. So I think some of the other things you could look at, writing off Steve, bring back Steve Rogers into the main timeline. Um,
Black Widow?
Black Widow, another, yeah, great example. Um, undoing, like making Gamora fall in love with Peter Quill again. Sure, why not?
Mm.
Like those are things that,
Bring Ronan back even.
sure, Ronan,
Ronan the Accuser. I mean,
yeah, Cassilius back, the important villains, um, Malachor, Dark
Malachi?
Elf.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, basically any of the villains who have been killed off, you can be like, okay, they're back now.
Kang? Huh? Jonathan Majors? Is that no? No.
No, probably not that one. Crossbones. I know that's a big one.
Okay.
Not really a big one, but
Uh,
that's one.
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. Yeah.
Those
You
are
you could get to that 75 to like 80 to 75% of the MCU being the same really fast by just bringing back some characters.
yeah.
Now the question is, which Quicksilver would it be?
I don't know. I kind of appreciated both.
hmm I think I prefer the main MCU one. Some of that is just because, like, especially the first time we meet the X-Men Quicksilver, is he's just basically there and played for a single scene in that movie. They don't give him much to work with or anything like that. It's
Yeah.
just like,
He's kind of a little punk, but
hmm it's annoying.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just put that honestly there. But
Yeah, just have him be Ralph Boner instead and just make what's his name? The Quicksilver.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yep, that dude. You got
Yeah.
it.
I mean, then they can rewrite Sony's because he's Craven. So we can just continue to ignore that fact.
Um, my other one, it's kind of a long, I don't know, there's a bunch of different ones in here. I was trying to see if there's like one bullet point that I could pull out.
Should I just go with my long one, Greg?
I think we probably should because it
Sun's
it
getting
it
real low.
something something got it was where Doom was playing both sides and getting the Fox X-Men, thinking that the Avengers of the of the 616 were, they're basically trying to work them against each other, what the
Mhm.
play was. I can't find that one anymore. So I can't find the bowels of Reddit like you have. So let's go with yours.
All right. So this is a long one. This is this person's theory for the plot of Doomsday.
Okay, the sun is getting low. So how long
Mhm.
are we summarizing this up or?
It's not that long, but
Oh, okay.
so this is Sidmus, Sidmis. So Doom, along with the Fantastic Four and Franklin, arrive in the MCU after their Earth 828, is destroyed by an incursion. So that probably be the end of Thunderbolts, what we're
Hmm.
seeing there. The Fantastic Four ship lands in Wakanda, and they are met by the Wakandans and the Talokan first. Then the Thunderbolts, Bucky, Red Guardian, Sentry, Yelena, Ghost, and Johnny Mayonnaise arrive there too. Doom explains to the Wakandans, Telecons, and Thunderbolts, please, it's the new Avengers, we know this, about how the incursion is happening throughout the multiverse. He has been studying the incursions long before even Reed knew about them. Shuri then calls in Sam's Avengers Sam, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange, Wong, Thor, Ant-Man, and oh, not and Wong, Thor, Ant-Man, Daredevil, Punisher, Hope Van Dyne, Moon Knight, Kate Bishop, etc., and every other hero to Wakanda. So I think that person completely misses the picture of what Sam's Avengers are going to be. Um, Meanwhile, Doom with Franklin go to Mount Wondergore, where Wanda has sacrificed herself in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, as we know, and revives Wanda using Franklin's powers. He then promises Wanda that she will have her children and Vision in Doom's new world. I do like that. Like, I think that's an interesting twist. Then the Fantastic Four, using Wakandan technology, find out that the Fox X-Men Earth is approaching the MCU Earth. It's really interesting the fact that they're going to refer to it as the Fox X-Men Earth. I'm seeing what sort of reaction I can get from Greg. Uh, Doom will use his Tony Stark likeness to convince the MCU heroes to let him negotiate with the X-Men of the approaching Earth. So this is kind of Act 1.
It sounds like what I was talking about a little bit about playing both sides.
Mhm.
Okay. Was there more?
Doom,
Okay.
yes, oh yes, oh
I was
yes.
like, it sounded like you said act one. It's a one
Mhm.
act play. Okay.
Doom, Sue, and Franklin then go to the X-Men Earth. There they meet the X-Men. The X-Men see them with a child, so they don't attack them. I'm not sure why they would just randomly attack them in the first place.
Is this
Doom,
Franklin that they see? Sorry.
yes.
Okay.
Doom then hacks or has hacked the Sentinels the moment that he arrives. He makes them attack the X Mansion and makes it look like the MCU Earth sent the Sentinels to kill the X-Men. We then find out from the X-Men that most of the Fox X-Men Earth is destroyed, probably due to climate change caused by the incursions. 90% of living beings have been wiped out, and the only remaining mutant survivors are Wolverine, Gambit, X-23, Deadpool, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Professor X, Magneto, Storm, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Maria, Mystique, Nightcrawler, and a Fox version of Wanda, played by Elizabeth Olsen. They did say Aaron Taylor Johnson Quicksilver, but it basically a lot of them have been pulled into the TVA to save them. Doom and Magneto have a secret conversation. Magneto reveals to Doom that he and the X-Men had used their powers and technology to kill some Earths that had almost collided with the X-Men Earth. Doom manipulates Magneto into destroying New Jersey. Okay, no, that's not what it says. Doom manipulates Magneto to betray the X-Men when the time comes by promising him that Eric will rule a mutant nation, Krakoa, in Doom's new world. Doom then shows Professor X the incursion of all the universes where the Avengers were evil to convince him that the MCU Earth is a threat. Doom also convinces them that Monica Rambeau must have tipped and helped the enemy Earth about the MCU, which led to the MCU Earth sending the Sentinels to kill them. Basically, she turned traitor. She wasn't the good person that they had hoped. Professor X believes Doom. Doom is probably using magic to block Professor X's telepathy or show false thoughts to Professor X and locks Monica in a prison cell. Meanwhile, Shuri gets the energy signatures of someone from the Air MCU Earth on the X-Men Earth. Captain Marvel deduces that it's Monica Rambeau and realizes that Monica, being on the Fox X-Men universe, is causing its collision with the MCU. Then the MCU heroes make a plan to go to the Fox X-Men Earth, get Monica, and get back. Sam's Avengers, Bucky, etc., go with them and immediately get attacked by the X-Men. During the ongoing fight, Doom sneakily takes Cerebro and teleports out of there with Franklin. The rest of the Fantastic Four arrive in the Fox X-Men Earth to stop the fight between the Avengers and the X-Men. Reed and Stu both notice that Doom and Franklin are gone and realize that Doom has manipulated them all. Meanwhile, Doom, enhanced with Cerebro using Franklin, uses it to locate Loki. And
Hmm.
that's where it would end.
Okay. Good theory. Good rumor. Good
Good and
storytelling.
long.
Good and long. Yeah, I like the manipulation
Hmm.
that they have Doom doing. Um, hmm. I like Krakoa being in there. I also had heard a little bit of a rumor that Krakoa like was in existence and they were gonna kind of start there. Like the Fox X-Men are kind of in that Krakoa or X-Men are in
Hmm.
there. But regardless, in this one, I do like that kind of being a kind of a they dangle, a little bit of
Yeah,
a
the
carrot there for
tease.
yeah to have that and Magneto that fits kind of what he wants. Him being a traitor again, I don't know. Nice try and sneaking in the New Jersey thing in there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all interesting, and I feel like that is pretty epic. I think that
Hmm.
is entertaining too. Part of me, if I saw that version, I would be like, yeah, this is great. I don't want that to be the version though now because I don't want to be like it's I don't want it spoiled. But
Right. And
um
obviously, plenty of variance potential
yeah,
for
for sure.
something like this. So many details lacking. But this definitely leans into that Avengers versus X-Men idea.
Right. And is this the last? Is this the final Earths? Is that what they do with this? Because I think I read a couple that kind of had
I don't know
these
that
two being the
this,
last.
yeah, I don't think this one says they're the last necessarily, but yeah, I could certainly see that.
How do you get Cerebro? Is your teleportation device like that window that opens up? Is it big enough to grab Cerebro? I feel like Cerebro is not just a helmet, but whatever.
Yeah, I think.
Details.
hmm I think, yeah, it'd be possible. It was interesting. They said Cerebro and didn't really pay that off in any way.
Right. What what does Doom want to use to is it to find because it's there to find mutants, right? That's the point of
Mhm.
Cerebro. Oh, maybe 1.1 version or
Yeah. Is he using it maybe in some way, like in an enhanced way to try and, I don't know, track down
a
others?
anchor
Like other,
beings.
yeah, anchor beings, other universes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You're right. The payoff is not quite clear with that, but
hmm Now, I think if he's doing it to track down other universes, pretty cool. Like
yeah.
maybe he's using it to mess with something else, but there has to be some payoff for it. It doesn't have to get paid off in this, though.
Well, what was it in the real comic was they were looking for Molecule Man everywhere. So is this a similar type of thing? He needs to
Right.
find.
I mean, they mentioned two different versions of Wanda.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking for different versions of Wanda. Doesn't feel bad
Right.
if that's the case.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good one.
hmm
I like
Like I
it.
said, it was a pretty big one. I think I have some holes that I'd punch at it. I do think it leads into an interesting episode for next week, Greg. And it's one that you'll appreciate.
Will it? Is it lead into Blade 2?
Yes. No. It leads into me finding time to put together my pitch for Doomsday.
Are you gonna make me really have to think?
I'm going to, no, that's the whole point, Greg.
Oh,
So you don't have to think.
yes. I love not thinking.
You get to listen to my pitch for Doomsday and then give your initial gut reaction, poke holes in it, ask the questions that I didn't necessarily answer, that sort of thing.
Excellent. Now, will I get this at time of podcast, or do I get it prior to so I can
Slightly
have time
slightly after the podcast, actually.
slightly after the podcast? Perfect.
Yeah.
Should give me plenty of time to poke the holes.
So you'll get it at time of podcast.
Oh man. Okay. On the fly. All right.
On the fly, Greg. Yep.
You know I'm so
But
good at that. Like I'm really good at doing things on the fly.
now, I mean, my hope is that you'll have like I'll be able to give you not necessarily some great lead up for this. Let's be fair. It's going to be half-assed. Um,
So so all my attempts to poke holes in it and
yeah.
or obviously I may love it, of course, too, but
hmm
let's be real. I'm gonna find as many holes as I can and
hmm
punch my way through.
But as I joke about it, like this is just an exercise of let me see what I can pitch to you. And I say to you, obviously referring to Greg, and I'll have the back and forth here,
Mhm.
but to you as the audience as well for my theory for not necessarily, I'm not even going to say how I think Doomsday is going to go. I'm not going to be as bold as that. I'm going to say how I would do it.
Okay. Just Doomsday.
Just Doomsday. I might dabble a little bit into Secret Wars, but that would just be because it would explain Cerebro, for example, in this,
Okay.
where it's like, yeah, he mentioned Cerebro. Great. What does Cerebro do? Oh, he just steals it from Charles, so Charles doesn't have it. Okay, what would Charles have done with it? I don't know. That's kind of where we're left with Cerebro on this one. I don't mean to be actively disparaging of this person's theory.
Right.
Like they put a lot of effort into it,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, and
But
that might have just been a detail they kind of forgot to
yeah, to flesh
flush
out,
out.
or they are thinking, yeah, it's going to be beyond the moments of Doomsday,
Yeah.
which is where their theory is at. So we'll be back with that next week. And then, I mean, we're getting closer and closer to actually, I say that for next week. I have to double check one thing here
What
real
is the next
fast,
thing we
Greg.
got coming up?
Yeah, what day does Daredevil Born Again come out?
Oh yeah, that's what.
That comes out on the 24th. Yes. I thought it got moved to the end of the month.
Okay.
Since it did, that means you get this randomness instead.
Yeah, we got to fill in some podcast time here.
Yeah, and since I know Greg isn't going to be the one to put out a theory,
No,
wink,
that's not.
wink.
It's not going to be any good, anyways.
Well,
I'll
yeah,
be honest.
I appreciate your honesty. I agree very much with it. No,
Like, you haven't heard it yet.
I've heard enough.
Yeah. Fair.
So
Like, yeah.
we'll be back with that next week. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast. We absolutely appreciate everybody who's enjoying this silly thing that we do and all the fun that we poke at each other. We really do appreciate you checking out the podcast. Greg gave a few ways to help support it at the beginning
I did.
of the podcast. If you're enjoying it, please go do those. And with that, we'll see you next time.
Cerebro. Bam.